This started as a tool that was never meant to cut, a 32-ounce ball-peen hammer. Today I'm shaping and forge welding in a new steel edge. If the weld fails, the build fails. If it holds, it becomes one badass tomahawk. Let's get into it. This particular ball-peen has definitely served its purpose and is ready to move on to a better life. Step 1 is going to be isolating the head from the handle before drilling out the little round safety wedge. I did opt to drill it instead of just hammering it out. Why work harder, right? Also, check out the smoke. Now that the safety wedge is out, I'm going to put it in this vise and try to punch out the insides. A railroad spike really came in handy for this, and can also be converted into a knife if anybody'd like, let me know. Time to fire up the forge and get cooking. This was such an awkward piece to handle considering the tongs I had and the shape that it was. I kept dropping it over and over again, so I had to figure something out. I decided to hammer the ball part of the ball-peen hammer in order to make it flatter and give me something for my tongs to grip onto. It was still not an easy task. I also used the inside part of the hole to kind of grip onto with my tongs as well, and that seemed to help quite a bit. This was the part that I realized that hole had always been there. Because I'm hand forging, I used quite a bit of propane, so it was time to reload. Alright, that break was long enough. Now let's get back to this hammering marathon. I start just attacking this thing with the round end of a demolition hammer, and what that's going to do is actually draw it out more into the shape of an axe, or tomahawk in this case. You'll see I switch between several different types of hammers depending on what kind of effect I want to have on the steel as I shape it. Okay, now that it's shaped the way I want it to be, I'm just going to make sure it's straight real quick, and it's not straight whatsoever. So it's going to go back in the forge for a final heat here before straightening at the vise. Almost perfect. Now it's time to cut a slot in the middle of this thing and put a piece of 80 CRV2 in it. The intent is to forge weld it all together and create one really hardcore tomahawk. Alright, now it's getting exciting. I'm going to hammer this thing in hard and stick it in the forge. Let's get this thing piping hot in an attempt to forge weld it together. So here's the initial hammer strike setting the weld. If all goes to plan, these two pieces of metal will become one. Gotta make sure it's straight. And I think we have the beginnings of the tomahawk. Now that it's one solid piece, I'm going to put this thing on a weight loss program. I'm going to start by the angle grinder here. Moving on to the 2x72, we're going to completely just shave this thing down, get it to a proper throwing weight, and make it look nice and pretty. The customer did not want the ball-peen part turned into a hammer on the other end of the tomahawk, so we're just going to go ahead and remove it. Because the hammerhead didn't come tapered, and I might have squished it by hammering on it myself, I used the rotary tool here to open it back up and install a proper taper for the new handle. Speaking of, let's start fitting this thing. After that was all the way fitted, it's time for heat treatment. Note my little hesitation here. That's because I'm heat treating out of the forge and I'm watching for color of the edge steel itself. And once it was a nice salmon color, into the oil it goes. Now that it's in the oil, it's getting shock cooled, so all the molecules are locking into place, making the steel very, very hard. After it's nice and hard like this, we're going to test it out and then throw it in the tempering oven to add toughness to the blade. While this is getting nice and tempered, let's continue shaping and actually finishing this handle. Well, that was easy. Now for the tomahawk head itself. We'll start with the edge and finish shaping, taking off all this forward scale, and go from there. Alright, so this is an issue. Obviously we've got the taco sanmai attempt here. We have a little bit of a delamination across where they meet on both sides. Now, as you can see, I have been grinding away at that, and I am going to continue to do so. This is a solid piece of metal still, no problem at all. However, I want the line to go away a little bit more than this, so I'm going to keep grinding. Hopefully I've got enough meat to do that. It's going to get etched after, so I want to darken it up and kind of show the difference between these two metals as well. I think it's going to look really cool undone, so that's the plan. I'm going to keep grinding. Let's get it. We are going to go and test this now because it is a tomahawk. It has to be functional. I'm gonna go throw the crap out of this thing and try to break it. That never happens. At least not on the first try. Nice. Still in one piece. Oh, man, I heard something chip off of here. It was actually the chip, not the blade. That was close. Man, I thought we broke it for a second. It's all right. Obviously, nothing opened up. It's looking great. The edge is fantastic. Zero damage. Good to go. I'm going to go ahead and let the tomahawk sit in this acid for a while. It's going to come out nice and dark and ready for stonewashing. Alright, it's time to put the finishing touches on this handle. I'm going to start by hand sanding it down to a 600 grit, and then finishing it off with some boiled linseed oil and then sealing it completely in wax. Now I'm going to take off some of the dark oxides from the acid etch and stonewash this tomahawk. It's going to leave a nice, hardcore looking finish when it's done. If you've been following my socials, you might recognize these little guys. It's a little colony of paper wasps that watch over me as I work. We've become friends. Alright, back to work. Let's put a proper edge on this thing. Because I didn't have a jig or attachment that would help me sharpen this, I really had to eyeball it. Now, all jokes aside, I think I did a pretty good job. I'm going to go ahead and seal the hack's head in some liquid paraffin wax as well. And what that's going to do is just add a lot of longevity to this thing and keep the rust from attacking it so quickly. It's an old school technique, but it works great. As you can see, it's time for final assembly here. This is a friction fit tomahawk head. I do intend to dress it up with a couple of feathers here and some fancy little leather string. But besides that, this is just about done. This build was about function, turning a hammer into something meant to fly. The next video, not so much. It's It's filled with experimentation, color, and pure expression. If you want to see where that leads, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you on the next one.